There are some major moves happening in the trade market, but somehow the biggest ones have only teased us and there haven't been any official movements on those fronts. KD revealed his desire of leaving the Nets, but he's still likely to remain in Brooklyn, and the Kyrie Westbrook saga is still dragging on. Now it seems like Donovan Mitchell's rumored exit from Utah Jazz might take some time too. Let's take a closer look. First up, Woj confirms Mitchell's exit will take some time. We can wait though, can't we? Nah, we're kidding. Everyone in the NBA scene is super impatient when it comes to trades, and we're not surprised that people are already losing their minds over the trade delays. Anyone associated with the NBA knows that Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN is the most reliable person to listen to, and he more or less confirmed the rumors about the New York Knicks being in discussion with the Utah Jazz over a possible Donovan Mitchell trade. To be fair, Woj, we trust you if you said we had sushi for breakfast, but you said the same about the Kyrie deal, and we're still not any closer to that one. We need a definitive answer. Be more precise with what you mean when you say sometime. But Woj explained the reason behind the potential delay, and it's because the Jazz understand that the Knicks are an ideal landing spot for Mitchell, but they want to see what they can get for him from the rest of the league. And can you blame them? Mitch is as good as they come in the NBA, and he'll definitely be attracting a huge package, which the Jazz are after. It was much different when they were closing out a deal for Rudy Gobert though, and it's understandable because the Timberwolves made them an offer they just couldn't refuse. But people believe that this move by the Minnesota franchise is the reason the current Mitchell saga could drag on, because the Jazz have apparently asked for everything but the Statue of Liberty. So, is the market poisoned? As far as Matt Moore of the Action Network is concerned, trades like Rudy Gobert to the Wolves have only managed to poison the market, and it'll remain that way for some time at least. Moore explained how it's becoming more and more difficult to establish a market after moves like the current one. If you want an all-star, it starts with six-packs plus good rotation guys. We can't help but agree with Moore. We've seen the same with how the Brooklyn Nets seem to be holding out for the biggest possible package for Kevin Durant, and while some might say it's understandable because KD's probably one of the biggest stars in the league, it's still unfair. It means that trading teams can decide to block moves because they usually have the luxury to wait around, and they do it, as other sides keep tempting them with huge offers. It just doesn't happen unless they've traded a huge return, and if that remains the case, we might see changes to the trading scene in the NBA. NBA sides have realized that while it's pretty tough to keep someone who wants to leave, and it does create a difficult dynamic, somehow, it's still a lot better than trading him for returns which aren't good enough. This, as a result, causes a lot of issues for the stars that want to leave, which we don't mind because they're still making millions, but it affects the quality of the competition and damages the brand. Back to Donovan Mitchell. Where could he end up? If we believe what Woj has to say, there are many suitors looking to provide the perfect landing spot for Mitchell, but it's also one of the worst kept secrets in the league that Mitchell and the Knicks have a long-term love affair. Here are some of the possible landing spots for the 25-year-old, starting with the New York Knicks. The Knicks desperately want Donovan Mitchell, and given how the relationship between Mitchell and the Jazz has turned out to be, it might be in the best interest of the All-Star to move to New York as well. He's a New York native, and the Knicks brass were also present to watch Mitchell in Game 1 of the Jazz-Mavs series. As we said, they've been flirting a lot, and who knows, there might be some form of NBA adultery already taking place. It makes a lot of sense for the Knicks to go for Mitchell, as he'd be the perfect marquee star they've been looking for. He can be the face of the brand, and someone with a hometown connection fits the billing a little too well, if we're being honest. He's young and can play for the Knicks for years to come, and his talent has never been in doubt. However, Mitchell could potentially hinder the growth of some of the young stars that the Knicks have, but this is a risk they should be willing to take. Next up, the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs are finally on an upward trajectory, and it seems they've recovered from their tough breakup with LeBron. It's clear who was the winner of the breakup, but the Cavs fans should be excited about the future. They've got a fantastic young core, and although they came up short in the play-in tournament, no one can argue that the Cleveland franchise exceeded all expectations. A player like Donovan Mitchell increases the chances of the franchise to challenge for the biggest honors much earlier than they previously would have planned, and that's certainly a good thing. Plus, the huge-sized front court of Markkanen, Mobley, and Allen will be perfectly complemented by a smaller backcourt of Garland and Mitchell, so that would be fun to watch. Yes, there might be concerns from the likes of Garland, who was pretty much given the keys to the franchise, but if you want to win championships, you need to make bold decisions, and somehow there can't be a bolder decision than bringing in Mitchell, or the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks are another potential landing spot for Donovan Mitchell, and we think that their huge collection of wings could potentially be perfect for a player like Mitchell in the backcourt. The arrival of a star indicates a lot of good things that are definitely coming to the Atlanta franchise. Alongside DeAndre Hunter and Bogdan Bogdanovic, the Hawks could improve their chances of going deeper in the playoffs with Mitchell. Yeah, Bogdanovic is no spring chicken, but their two young wings have enough promise promised to incite the Jazz into agreeing to a potential deal. But if it does happen, we can't wait to see how a pair of 6'1s manage to defend in the NBA. Trae Young and Mitchell. Exciting, but very suspect defensively. And now, in other news, starting with the Heat prioritizing KD over Mitchell. Some of the journalists believe that the Jazz-Knicks deal for Mitchell is a done deal, but others believe that there's still a lot that needs to be finalized before confirming it. Apparently, the Miami Heat showed interest in acquiring the services of Donovan Mitchell, but Jake Fisher of the Bleacher Report has confirmed that now they've moved on from the 25-year-old. That's because the Miami franchise has prioritized a move for Kevin Durant, and we don't blame them for doing so. However, if they do miss out on KD, which remains a possibility because of Brooklyn's demands, the Heat could go all out for Mitchell later in the offseason. Next up, is a Randall Russell trade a possibility? According to the NBA reporter Mark Stein, the New York Knicks aren't hanging around in their pursuit of Donovan Mitchell and have drawn up a list of potential trades, in case that one doesn't materialize. One of the most interesting deals on their list remains a move for LA Lakers want-to-away superstar Russell Westbrook, and it kinda makes sense. In fact, Stein believes that the Knicks will move for Westbrook even after adding Mitchell to their roster, as they'll be expected to find a new home for Julius Randle, who could be of interest to the Lakers. At the same time, the Lakers might be tempted to accept the offer, especially if their move for Kyrie doesn't work out the way they're hoping it does. Ending with Miles Bridges accused of assaulting his girlfriend. Miles Bridges of the Charlotte Hornets is potentially facing 3 domestic violence charges, and he's been accused of hitting his girlfriend in front of their children last month. Disgusting act, and if he's found guilty, we hope he gets the maximum sentence. Bridges was arrested on the 29th of June by the LA police and had to pay $130,000 bond to be released. His girlfriend, Michelle Johnson, posted several pictures of her injuries and a medical report too, which confirmed that she'd suffered physical abuse by her male partner and was subject to assault by strangulation, brain concussion, closed fracture of nasal bone, among others. It's too tough to even read. We can't imagine what she must have gone through. Johnson addressed the incident on her Instagram and said that she can't stay silent anymore as Bridges has destroyed her home. Such incidents are always hard to read, and our best wishes are with Michelle. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think Donovan Mitchell will seal his move to the New York Knicks? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.